Welcome back to another video. Today we're here at York. Arriving in now is 195-119, working a service from Leeds. Today here at York we will be seeing services by Northern, Transpennine Express, LNER, Lumo, Grand Central, Cross Country and potentially some freight as well. As of the time of recording, but this will go out on Christmas Day, the new timetable changes here. So sadly, the rumours aren't true. There were rumours that the 25 sets were going to Newcastle, but it might just not be the case on Sundays, but it just doesn't seem the case of that actually being true. I mean, we'll find out on the 15th, but all the next videos are going to be from the old timetable, but past the 17th, I think it is, of January, or the 24th of January, all the videos will now have an up-to-date timetable change. So all the videos are in the past that have an old timetable change. The old timetable, I mean. Anyways, departing now is your 0851 Transpennine Express service from Newcastle to Liverpool Limesheet. Off we go. So you may be wondering, what's new in this timetable change? Well, a lot of things. From York with LNER, trains are going, they're still going to Edinburgh, but it's on a much faster calling pattern, so they literally stop at Newcastle, then head to Edinburgh, but some are still slow. 802-208 is now for Liverpool Limesheet. There's Newcastle trains, so the York to Newcastle service is now gone. It now starts from London King's Cross. There's plenty. There's a video up on the internet already, and if you watch that video, it will basically explain everything that you need to know about the new timetable change. Anyways, welcome to York. Arriving in now is a Transpennine Express Class 802, working in empty coaching stock movement from Doncaster Carriage IEP depot, which then should work a service to maybe Liverpool. I'm not too sure though. 802-217. Worker service from Doncaster Carriage IEP depot. Arriving in now is your 0905 LNER Xmas service from Doncaster to Edinburgh Waverley. This is the first train of the timetable change for LNER through York, I believe. Oh, we've got Century already. Probably see that coming back from Edinburgh then. 801-228. Going to Darlington, Newcastle, Alnmouth and Edinburgh Waverley. So basically, if this came from London, this would be its first calling point, and then it skipped Darlington and also Alnmouth. So just York, Newcastle, then Edinburgh. I haven't seen Century for quite a while. 801-228 worker service from Doncaster to Edinburgh Waverley. Arriving in now is a Transpennine Express Class 185, working a service from Leeds to Scarborough. (105, 108). I wasn't paying attention. 105, 108 to Scarborough. Arriving in now is the Northern Trains Turbo Star, working empty from Neville Hill. often you see a tower star arrive into this end of York. Also only 475 from Neville Hill. Departing now is your 0908 Northern train service to Leeds via Garforth. One 119. Five 119 worker service to Leeds via Garforth. Departed now is your 0916 and 0855 Trans-Pennine Express and LNER service. Trans-Pennine is going to Manchester Airport and LNER is going to London King's Cross from Newcastle. It's for the dual pair of 185s. 801 185 all the service at the front back from Manchester Airport. On the rear is 185 119. This called at Newark Northgate, Doncaster, Newark Northgate, Peterborough and London King's Cross. That goes out to Manchester Airport. Alright, 1224 from Newcastle to London King's Cross. Departing now is your 0922 Northern train service starting at York heading to Blackpool North. And arriving on platform 11 is a Trans-Pennine Express 802 and he's passing through from York Siemens Depot to Leeds. 195 120. One 120 bound for Blackpool North, starting at York. Right now, 0925 I believe it is, Trans-Pennine Express service from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street. 802 209. Excuse me. 802 209 bound for Liverpool Lime Street from Newcastle. Departing now, the Trans-Pennine Express Class 802 worker service from York Siemens Depot to Leeds. Click indeed. 802 218. At 802 218 bound for Leeds from York Siemens Depot. Departing now is your 0917 LNER Xmas service from Newcastle to London King's Cross. 801 208. Next calling point for this train will be Peterborough. For the nostalgia merchants here, there will sadly be no 225 sets today, I don't believe. I looked this morning, I didn't see any, so unless they get set swapped, then no 225 sets. 801 208 from Newcastle to London King's Cross. Arriving in Nash, 0933 cross country service from Leeds to Edinburgh Waverley. Oh no, he's going to Newcastle. 220031. Next up will be Darlington, and he has a dark door, fair enough. 220031 worker service from our planet. Arriving in now will be your own. Yeah. Next will have the triangular thing on it. 81204 from Newcastle to London King's Cross. Departing now is your 0931 LNER Xmas service from Newcastle to London King's Cross, one of our planet, 801 204. And arriving now is a Trans-Pennine, next up Grantham. Arriving in now is a dual pair of Transpennine 185s from Manchester Piccadilly to Redcar Central. 185 134s at the front, man, for Redcar Central. It's one busy train. This came from Manchester though, so I'm not surprised. 185 120 on the rear. .185 120 and 134 worker service from Manchester Piccadilly to Redcar Central. Departing now is your 0940 Northern train service starting at York heading to Hull. This is a train that brought me in from Selby this morning. .158 904. Bound for Hull, starting at York. Arrived in Naz, a terminated Northern train service from Leeds via Garforth. .195 101. Oh, it's one empty train. .195 101 from Leeds via Garforth. Pass through now is a Lumo 803 from Newcastle to London King's Cross. 803 001. Also arriving in now, platform number 11 will be a LNER Zoomer. I think it's working on 10:05 LNER Zoomer service from Doncaster to Edinburgh Waverley. 801 211. Going to Darlington, Newcastle, and Edinburgh Waverley. Might have been Berwick, I can't remember. Darlington, Newcastle. Ah, yeah, going additionally at Berwick upon Tweed. Then Edinburgh Waverley. No. 801 211 from Doncaster to Edinburgh Waverley. Departing now is your 0950 Transpennine Express service from Scarborough to Manchester Victoria. 185 101. I'm going to go for a quick food break in York City Centre. But we will resume filming just like. Arriving in now after my food break. It's a dual pair of Transpennine Express 185 from Manchester Airport to Redcar Central. .185 141s at the front. With 185 142, as Spotty Mix would say. That is a nice pair. Also arriving in now is a LNER Zoomer. Not sure where it came from, but it is bound for London King's Cross. I believe this came from Edinburgh. 801 203, I think it is. Getting ready to depart now, but your 1031 LNER Zoomer service from Newcastle to London King's Cross. It is being formed of a 5-car Zoomer. I don't know how they're letting a 5-car get out of Heaton, considering it is a new timetable. It may be a Sunday, but considering it's a 5-car train, you're going down into the capital of the United Kingdom. 800 203. I don't know how you can let something like that happen. Next stop will be Grantham, and then people will understand it's controversial, but then it will be Stevenage for drop-off. LNER, if you're going south into London and you stop at Stevenage, it's drop-off only. But if you're going north, it's pick-up. So if you want to go from London to Stevenage quick, you can't with LNER anymore. You might be able to with whole trains, but I'm not sure if they're pick-up and drop-off as well. They're also that's a cross-country voyager. And it looks like it goes from Newcastle to London King's Cross. Arriving in now with your 10:34 cross-country service from Sheffield to Edinburgh Waverley. The further we get into today, the more distance they'll cover all of the trains. (220.018). (220.018) working a service from Sheffield to Edinburgh Waverley, and departing now is the Transpennine Express 185s from Manchester Airport to Redcar Central. As they go bound for Edinburgh Waverley from Sheffield. Arriving in now is terminating Transpennine Express Class 185 from Manchester Victoria. Out of all places, you're just saying Piccadilly, but no, it's came from Piccadilly. It is now also just started raining. That guy definitely knows what he's doing. I don't. Here I am, calling with a phone. (185, 150). You've seen this one a lot lately. A lot of people have came from Victoria then, and Huddersfield and Leeds and places like that. (185, 150) working service from Manchester Victoria. Also getting ready to depart now with your 10:34 cross-country service from Newcastle to Plymouth. Also, as of the time of recording, yesterday, the 13th of December, the HSTs are gone. Well, it's been formed by a dual pair of voyagers. This is rare for cross-country. (220.030) at the front. We might not see the Pride Voyager, considering I saw it yesterday going to Bournemouth. With 220.010. Off both they go from Newcastle to Plymouth. Departing now, 10:50 Transpennine Express service from Scarborough to Manchester Victoria. Also arriving in behind is the Northern Trains 195 terminating from Leeds. 185 137. Here is 195 119 again. Might just be going back and forth between York and Leeds. (195 119) from York, not York, Leeds. Departing now is your 10:59 Transpennine Express service to Manchester Piccadilly. Starting here at York. (185 150). (185 150) bound for Manchester Piccadilly. Arriving in now is the Northern Trains 158 working a terminating service from Hull. It's the train that yet again brought me in from Selby this morning on the 0816 service. (158 786). That is one busy train compared to this morning. (158 786) from Hull. Arriving in now is an LNER Zoomer, working service from London King's Cross to, I believe, Edinburgh Waverley. 801203, have a nice two-toe from the driver there, thank you very much. Next stop will be Darlington. (801-203) from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. Not often you see a Zoom on 10, for me anyways. Departing now is your 1105 LNER Zoomer service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. Bound for Edinburgh from London. Pass through now is a Lumo Class 803, working a service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. Also on platform 5. Yeah, I know. 801-111's on platform 5, working a service to London King's Cross. This timetable's going to confuse me until I get the hand of it. Oh, it's the Pride one. 803-003. Guess we'll make a stop outside at the signal just at the end of the platform because of the Edinburgh train. (803-003) bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Arrived in now, the terminating Northern Trains 195 from Blackburn. Coming in on platform 7. 195, 117. Also arrived in now, the Transpennine Express 185, bound for Scarborough from Manchester. 185, 115. Is either look amazing or hideous. They're pretty hideous. Departing now is 801-111, working a service from Newcastle to London King's Cross. Going at Doncaster, Newark Northgate, Peterborough, London King's Cross. Departing now is 195-119, bound for Leeds. 801-111 to London King's Cross. Arrived in now is an LNER Zoomer, working a service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. It's one of the fast ones, so just stop at York and Newcastle. 801-218. At 801-218 from London King's Cross. Arriving in now, the Transpennine Express Class 802, working service from Liverpool Lime Street to Newcastle. 802-212. Going at Darlington, Durham, Chesterley Street and Newcastle. He Jones! To wherever they go to, or emigrating, or whatever it is. 802-212 bound for Newcastle from Liverpool Lime Street. Departing now is your 1123 Northern train service to Blackpool North, and departing now is your 1120 Transpennine Express service from Scarborough to the airport, I think. 195 117 with a nice two-tone for the driver there with 185 110. And on the rear we've got 185 107. Must go for a red essential then. Off both they go, barrel. Get ready to depart now, BR 1105, Trans-Pennine Express service from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street. XO2 290. XO2 219 bound for Liverpool Lime Street from Newcastle. Arriving in now, got a LNER Zoomer working service from London King's Cross to Newcastle and a cross-country Voyager from Birmingham New Street to Edinburgh. Got 8L1202 on the Newcastle service, and we've got 221 109 on the cross-country service. Next up will be North Allerton, Darlington, Durham, then Newcastle. 221 109 bound for Edinburgh Waverley, and 801 something. And 801 202 bound for Newcastle. Right now is 801 226 working service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. I feel like I've seen this a lot as well recently as well. Fast up London? Yeah, fast up London. Shouldn't expect that to be honest, but gotta expect the unexpected. Also arriving now is terminated Trans-Pennine Express 185 from Manchester to Victoria. 1226 bound for Edinburgh Waverley from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Arriving in now a dual pair of Trans-Pennine Express 185s from Manchester to Victoria to Redcar Central. 185 106 at the front. With 185 113 on the rear. They go bound for Redcar Central from Manchester to Victoria. The terminating Manchester Victoria train should in theory be behind this one. Arriving in now to terminating Trans-Pennine Express 185 from Manchester to Victoria. 185 129. Pass through now to Freightliner Class 66 from Brockley to Bellman Down Yard, I think it was. I think it was one of the 66-4s, which I don't really see that often these days. 66 420. The Jensen and Wyoming Company. Oh, this is on a new track. Fair features too, imagine. Oh, with one of these crane things on the back of the thing. I actually don't know what one of these things are, but they're things. That's the main thing. Oh, who knows what the hell one of them things are. Some of them are in Sittingbourne, but off it goes from Brockley to Bellman Down Yard. Arriving now to Grand Central Adelante workers service from London King's Cross to Sunderland. Also on platform 3 is a LNER Zoomer. 180 101. (180-101) bound for Sunderland from London King's Cross. Departing now is your 1132 LNER Xmas service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. 801-215. At 1-2-15 from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Calling at Grantham, then London King's Cross, which is weird for Grantham, but I'm not going to complain. Grantham will be easier to get to. Departed now is your 11:45 Northern train service to Hull. One 158-786. 158-786 bound for Hull. These would usually go to Bridlington, but because it's Sunday, they're not. But arriving in now is a terminating Northern Trains 195 from Leeds. 195, 101 again. You can tell we've been here longer. Five 101 from Leeds. Departing now is your 11:50 Transpennine Express service from literally ended the video, but got tones a 2-tone off the driver there, thank you very much. 185 108 bound for Manchester Victoria from Scarborough. Arriving in now is a terminating LNER Azuma from London King's Cross, formed of a 5 car, gone from 9 to 5. Point stands. At 106. He's apparently no longer in service, but he's going to work the 12:26 or 27 out back to London King's Cross. He's one round train for a 5 car when it used to be 9. And it just used to be a 225 set. At 106 from London King's Cross. Departing now is your 11:43 cross-country service from Edinburgh Waverley to Plymouth. This was meant to go to Penzance, but due to a shortage of train crew and train drivers, it's being cut short at Plymouth. Nice 2-tone off the Voyager there, thank you very much. 220-028 with a former Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyager on the back. 221 111. 221 111 bound for Plymouth from Edinburgh. Arrived in now is a terminating Northern train service from Blackpool North. Also behind is 800-106 You Belong, working a service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Pardon me. 105-103. There goes 105-103 from Edinburgh Waverley to, no, not from Edinburgh, from Blackpool North. Departing now is your 11:58 Transpennine Express service bound for Manchester Piccadilly. What at 5129, nice 2-tone for the drive there, thank you very much. Off he goes bound for Manchester Piccadilly. Starting here at York. Also getting ready to depart now is 800-106, worker service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Need to get a good shot of this as I want one. Also arrived in there, the Transpennine Express 185, I believe bound for Scarborough. Good enough. Next up will be Doncaster. 185 144 bound for Scarborough. On the other side of the purple you belong will be a green one. Might actually come back later, but I don't think I will be here, I'm afraid. 800 106 worker service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Arrived in now is 800 113 worker service from London King's Cross to Aberdeen. This used to go fast from London King's Cross, but he now makes the additional stops at Peterborough, Newark Northgate and Doncaster. Same with the Inverness trains. So if they're going further north beyond Edinburgh, then they're making the additional stops. Because they're trying to cut down the Edinburgh times, like just the Terminator Edinburghs. 800 113 bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Departing now, 1208 Northern train service to Leeds via Garforth. 195 101. And 119 must be going back and forth. Off that goes bound for Leeds via Garforth. Departing now is your 12 something Grand Central service from Sunderland to London King's Cross on the 180 104, and arriving in now the Transpennine Express 802. I assume bound for Newcastle from Liverpool Lime Street. That actually says 180 104. Fair enough. Here is 802 201. Yeah, bound for Newcastle. Still got a bit of a cold, but that's because it is very cold. Off that goes bound for Newcastle from Liverpool Lime Street. Arriving in now is terminating Northern Trains 155 from Hull. One 155 341. I've gone from barely seeing this to now seeing it a shit ton. Who would have thought it? Off goes the Edinburgh Waverley service. Working terminating service from Hull. Arrived in now, 1219 LNER Azuma service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. 801 220. At 1220 bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Departing now, 1220 Transpennine Express service from Redcar Central to Manchester Airport. 185 120 is at the front. And 185 134 is at the rear. Sorry about that, blur. Oh, that goes back to Manchester Airport from Redcar Central. Departing now will be your 1223 Northern train service to Blackpool North from the 195 103. #195 103, have a nice tone for the driver there, thank you very much. 105-103 bound for Blackpool North. Next stop will be Church Benton. Arrived in now is your 12:29 LNER Xmas service from London King's Cross to Newcastle. 801-110. It's just been informed of our 5 car, annoyingly. (801-110) bound for Newcastle, and oh no, what is she doing here? And arriving in now is LNER. I should also work a search from Newcastle to London King's Cross, but we'll find out in due course. Arrived in now, just 12:36, cross-country service from Birmingham New Street to Edinburgh. Also, the 12:27 LNER Zuma to London King's Cross now ready to leave. (221-127). (221-127) bound for Edinburgh from Birmingham New Street. Departing now with your 12:27 LNER Zuma service starting here at York heading to London King's Cross. Also departing now is a Transpennine Express 802 from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street. (801-106) for Doncaster, Retford, Peterborough and London King's Cross. No longer an all-stopper, it's changed. Excuse me. And on the rear of the Transpennine 802s, we've got 802-217. Arriving in now is a Transpennine Express Class 185 working a service from Manchester Victoria to Redcar Central, just being informed by a 3 car. Also departing now is LNER 801-225 working a service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Only calling it London King's Cross. 185-147 is off to Redcar Central. It'll make that York train look like a mug once they get to Doncaster. 801-225 bound for London King's Cross from Edinburgh Waverley. Also arriving now is a terminating Transpennine Express 185, I believe from Manchester Piccadilly. On platform 9 again. Okay, fair enough. (185-133). He's coming in a tad fast. 185-133 working a terminated service from Manchester Piccadilly. +3 now is a calling up to the red signal is 6655 working service from King Edward Bridge to Belmont Down Yard. With cranes and all that jazz and infrastructure. (665) from King Edward Bridge to Belmont Down Yard. Departing now, I believe, is your 1231 LNER Zuma service from Newcastle to London King's Cross. Fund of 801-214. One 214 through to London King's Cross. Next stop will be Grantham. Arriving in now is 158904. Working a terminating service from Hull. 158904 terminating from Hull. Arriving in now is terminating Northern Trains 195 from Leeds via Garforth. One 195, 119 again. One 195, 119 from Leeds via Garforth. Also on platform 3, a dual pair of cross-country voyages working a service from Edinburgh Waverley to Plymouth, I think. Departing now is your 1243 cross-country, no, Transpennine. Departing now is your Transpennine Express service from don't know. 185, 125, bound from Manchester to Victoria. Probably came from Scarborough then. 185, 125 from Scarborough to Manchester to Victoria. Departing now is your 1243 cross-country service from Edinburgh Waverley to Plymouth. Nice 4-circular drive there, thank you very much. With former Avanti West Coast 221 115. Off I goes bound for Bristol? Currently off to Bristol instead of Plymouth. Off I goes bound for Temple Meads. Arriving in ours, 152.14, working a terminating service from Sheffield, I think, I hope. $152.14 from Sheffield. Departing now is your 1259 Transpennine Express service bound for Manchester Piccadilly. 185, 133. Off I goes bound for Manchester Piccadilly. Departing now is 155, 341, working the delayed 1245 Northern train service to Hull. One 155, 341 bound for Hull. Arriving in now, 1306 LNER Zuma service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. 801 222. Going to Darlington, Newcastle, Alnmouth and Edinburgh Waverley. One 222 bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Arriving in now is a terminating Northern Trains 195 from Blackpool North. No, 6. 195 132. That is a filled train. One 195 132 worker terminating service from Blackpool North. Arriving in now is the Transport Express 185 worker service from Manchester Victoria to Scarborough. It's so cold, you have no idea how freezing it is. If you're enjoying the video so far at all, then please remember to leave a like and subscribe, as it does help out the channel. 185 101. 185 101 from Manchester Victoria to Scarborough. Right now is 195 119 working service to Leeds via Garforth. Again. 195 119 bound for Leeds via Garforth. Pass through now is a Lumo 803 bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. And also arriving now will be a Transport Express 802 worker service from Liverpool Lime Street to Newcastle. 803 004. And on the Transpennines are 802 209. Departing now is 1304 Transport Express service from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street for the 802 202. From Liverpool Lime Street, there goes 803 002 from Edinburgh to London. Arrived in now is 1322 LNER Zuma service to Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Hey, 1224 Bradford's back. Trampy Bradford, calling at Newcastle and Edinburgh. I think that's well for Edinburgh Waverley. Departing now is 801 working at LNER Zuma service to London King's Cross. Going to Doncaster, Newark Northgate, Peterborough at London King's Cross. And also arriving in now is Platinum Jubilee 67, terminated from Finsbury Park, but Flyer Scotsman is going to join up with the NRM. With former Greater Anglia carriages, I think. '67 007. Celebrating our fallen Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. Also departing now is 105-132 bound for Blackpool North via Preston. Also on platform 3 is another LNER Xmas service bound for London King's Cross. With a British Pullman coach on the back. Car number 6313 67007 from Finsbury Park. Getting ready to depart now, I believe. It will be 67007 bound for the parcel sidings. Yep, off it goes. Just on its own now. There was a two-tone off camera that I missed. 67007 man for the parcel sidings. Passing now to 1336 cross-country service from Derby to Plymouth, no, Edinburgh. .024 bound for Plymouth, Edinburgh from Derby. Passing now to 1339 Transport Express service from Manchester Airport to Reading Central. Nice two-toe for the driver there, thank you very much, but it was the people over the line.
Please make your way to platform now.
185 119 at the front. With 185 117 on the rear. Off it goes bound for Reading Central from Manchester Airport. Coming in now is 6103 Flying Scotsman that's going to attach with the carriages to work a service bound for Newcastle. I've never seen Flying Scotsman before, but I thought I'd make it special and put it out on Christmas. What a loco. .103 Flying Scotsman that will work from 1358 to Newcastle. Departing now is your 1330 LNER Xmas service from London King's Cross to Newcastle. $800-208. Nice tone from the driver there, thank you very much. $800-208 bound for Newcastle from London King's Cross. believe getting ready to depart now is your 1358 charter service to Newcastle from Finsbury Park. Might not be off yet. Pick up the camera when he starts moving. Getting ready to depart now should be your 1358 charter service from Finsbury Park to Newcastle.
First class accommodation is at the rear of the train.
460-103 flying Scotsman. This will be our final train of the day. So if you have enjoyed the video, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My next few videos will be from York, and then after that it will be Stafford, Astor International, Ramsgate, and then we'll be in London.
Train timetable changes are now in place on the East Coast mainline route. Please check your journey before travelling.
Also down on platform 6 is the terminated Northern Trains 195, I can imagine from Blackpool North.
Platform 10 on the 1408 Northern service to Leeds. Calling at Micklefield, East Garforth, Crossgates and Leeds. This train has 3 coaches.
Should be due to depart now. It is now 1358, probably near the verge of 1359. Off it goes, back for Newcastle. Should be off.
Your attention please. Platform 22 Transpennine Express service to Newcastle. It will now leave from platform 9. This information for customers waiting for the 22 Transpennine Express service to Newcastle. This service will now depart from platform 9. Platform 9 for the 1422 Transpennine Express service to Newcastle, calling at Darlington, Durham, Chester Street and Newcastle. Once again, any customers for the 1422 Transpennine Express service to Newcastle, please make your way to platform 9.
Third time's the charm, maybe? I'll just pick up the camera when it starts moving. Believe it's ready to go now. All that prep was for nothing then.
Victoria, called it Leeds, Huddersfield, Manchester Victoria, Newton Willows, and Liverpool Lime Street, and 5 Terminus, service to
Stop on out of a road,
Newcastle.
I'll check. Departure 9 is your 1409 LNER Zoom service from London King's Cross to Inverness.
Platform 6 from the 1423 Northern service to Blackpool North via Preston, Cornwall, Church Fenton, Garmouth, Leeds, New Pudsey, Bradford Interchange, Halifax, Sowerby Bridge, Mysore Road, Hempton Bridge, Burnley Manchester Road, Accrington, Blackburn, Preston, Morton Pile,
800 102.
This train has
Now getting ready to depart with your 1358 charter service to Newcastle. He's finally got the road and a signal. Departing now is your 1414 Northern train service to Leeds via Harrogate. And also down there is your 1419 LNER Azuma service to Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. I'll just check if I have the right path correct. Departing now will be your 1419 LNER Azuma service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. I was right about flying Scotsman, but the Azuma's been given the road first. 60 flying Scotsman's got a train ready to start, so he's ready to leave, but he's not got a path yet because of what's going on. But I believe after this everything should be okay, unless he's going to stay here for quite a while. There's been plenty of opportunities where he could have left, but he hasn't.
Platform 5A from the 1417 LNER Azuma service to London King's Cross. London King's
801-208. Let's go on for will be Newcastle, then Edinburgh. Nice to turn for the drivers from the end. So arrived in now is Century once again from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross from this morning. Off it goes, bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Police finding now getting ready to depart is 6103 flying Scotsman bound for Newcastle. Now's literally a great opportunity. There's nothing going further north for about another 5 minutes. Enough time to gain speed. And this is rage baiting again, it could be. We've had the train ready to start for quite a while now, but I haven't been paying attention to the signals. I've got the Blackpool North train, I don't know if it's going. I'll check if there's a road. Departing now is a 1422 or 25 Trans-Pennine Express service from Liverpool Lime Street to Newcastle. Scotsman was meant to depart just over half an hour ago.
The next train to arrive at platform 3 will be the 1431 LNER Azuma service to London King's Cross.
802-206 from nice 4-turn I think I was from the driver there, thank you very much. Off we go now for Newcastle from Liverpool Lime Street. Arrived in now is Grand Central Adelante from Tyne. We leave 2 trains and then hopefully Scotsman will finally come out of the station. Transpennine will leave, then Scotsman will leave. But who knows what will stop it in this day. It seems like nearly everything will. Right, now 1438 to Reading Central, 185 140. Fine, give us some light. 185 149 is on the rear.
This information approaches the grade 1459.
Now it's perfect. There should be nothing.
State platform operation, platform 7 for 1459, Westbound Express service to Manchester Piccadilly.
As I go back for Reading Central from Manchester Victorian. Right now for actually our final train today is it's the 1451 Grand Central service down here at York heading to Sunderland. I would have loved to wait for my Scotsman, but I'm getting sick and tired of waiting. It's been here for over an hour now, and no, my luck it'll leave after I leave. So I want to thank you very much for watching this video. My next video will be from Ashford International on High Speed 1. Thank you very much for watching this video from me here at York. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've all had a Merry Christmas. Hope you've got what you wanted. So thank you for watching and goodbye. On a little side note, Flying Scotsman did leave eventually 150 minutes late, which people that are not very good with time, that is over 2.5 hours late. As of the time of currently filming this clip, Flying Scotsman should be back in York and back in the National Railway Museum, and waiting upon its next duties for when it will probably go to a reservation railway. But thank you very much for watching. I said at the end of the video, my next video will be from Ashford International. That is technically true, but the next few videos will be from York. I believe we've got 3 more York ones, then after that we've got Stafford, then it will be Ashford International, then Ramsgate, then it will be London. Looking forward to going back to London, as I haven't been to London for, probably would have acknowledged, 10 months, but then by the time the videos would have gone out, it'd have been over a year since I've been, so I'm looking forward to it. In London, we will see the 455 farewell tour after their very long duties of service, and also, as of yesterday, which had been the 13th of December, like I would have said, the HSTs have now sadly gone from Great Western Railway. So if anyone wants to go looking at some HSTs, then the next best place to find them will be Edinburgh and Glasgow. But thank you very much for watching this video here at York. Hope you've had a Merry Christmas, and hopefully you've got all you've wanted. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.